Like this.
You say you want to talk about family today. Say you want to speak on family.
Oh, we doing family. We doing
Yeah,
family. What's up,
fam.
family?
What's up, family? Yeah. Um, and I like that topic. I
Let
like
me
that
let me let
topic.
me paraphrase it, and then you can go into where you're going, so I
Go
don't
for
forget.
it. Go for it. Go for it.
So the reason you spoke on the last podcast that we did, you said sometimes family can be the ones that are, and then you were like, but that's another topic for another day. Well, today's that
Mm-hmm.
day for that topic. And I'll also speaking to one of my members who um, watches our episodes and actually gives feedback. They were they had they came up in conversation about that topic when you were talking about family, and I think family. I don't think I I know that family is something that a lot of people need to talk about, want to address, and
Mm-hmm.
don't really have the platform or really know how to go about that family thing. So that's exactly what the fuck we finna do right now. Here we go. What you was gonna say?
Well, I didn't have no where to go with it, but I like family. I like talking about family because the thing with family is we all have one, right? We all have a family. We all have family members, extended family, play cousins, real cousins, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, moms. In the past, we didn't spoke kids. We didn't spoke about everything, every person, and how everybody affects everybody's life. What we don't talk about is the bullshit that come with family members. I'm gonna be playing with it. We don't talk about the bullshit that comes with family members, right? And you see how you start smiling because see this is the conversation people be afraid to have, the bullshit that
Welcome to
come
know.
with family members. And here's the thing: it's hard being the responsible person in your family, right?
Mhm.
Right. It's
Mhm.
hard to be the responsible person in the family,
Mhm.
right? And because the responsible person gets all the fucking duties,
Mhm.
right? If you become reliable, they're always going to call you. If you become
Mhm.
or somebody who's consistent, they're always going to call you. You're always going to be needed for something. They're going to overuse you. They're going to overwork. They're going to drain you of everything you fucking got. And it doesn't matter if it's a distant family member. And the shit
Mhm.
don't start. It don't start from this family member. The shit starts at home, right? It works its way down. So it's like debts get paid. So it starts with at the top, mom, dad, if dad is there, siblings, brothers or sisters, cousins,
Oh,
close
well,
friends.
don't
It's
skip something. Don't skip something. Siblings have what? And then I want you to go
children.
back. Okay.
No,
So
I want
when you say siblings, also their children. Now go ahead and
yeah,
keep going.
nephews and nieces, all of it. You know, it's a fucking totem pole of what you got to start dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And as a family member, you're not a you're not expected to say no, right?
Mm.
Saying no is the fucking antichrist. No, I can't help you right now. No, I ain't gonna be able to do this. Well, fuck you, you ungrateful motherfucker. I did X, Y, Z for you. And I know I'm using a lot of explicit words because in reality, when you tell a family member no, you don't get that, oh, it's okay. You know, you get that, well, fuck you type attitude from a person. And
Mm.
so it's hard. So as a responsible person, you get um the luxury
Mm.
of being called for everything. You
Mm.
get the luxury of being the punching bag. You get the luxury of being the bank. You get the luxury of being the babysitter. You get the luxury of being of being the psychologist, the therapist. You get the luxury of being the taxi cab. You get the luxury of being the Airbnb. You get the luxury of being Wells Fargo. You get the luxury of doing all the things that you didn't even fucking sign up for. Right? Like you don't get up and go to work in the morning. Like you don't go through your own things. Like you don't get sick. Like you don't have your own life that you're trying to deal with. But what happens is your family, right? Your family, they want to fucking use you until you into what that song use me until you use me up. You want to fucking use me up, right? So being a responsible one, you get the luxury of all the bullshit. And I want to say it's very hard to say no to family members. That's some of the hardest shit you can do because you know all the problems. You've been a part of all the problems. You grew up in the problems. You grew up in the problems. So when you find a way to navigate out of the problems, and not really out of the problems, but you try to navigate away from their problems and try to become your own individual and live your own. It's like they say the crabs in the bucket. You know, when you finally start getting out, one pull you back down. And I don't necessarily know if they're trying to pull you back down as much as trying to latch on to you so you can pull them up. It depends on how you look at it, right? But whatever it is, it's extra fucking weight. Because when you start trying to help oneself, if I help Peter, hey Pete, I'm gonna help you real quick, bro. Here you go. Pete, dumbass, ain't gonna shut the fuck up. Pete gonna go tell Paul that I just helped him. Now Paul calling, hey, bro, fuck with me real quick. Man, I ain't really got it, bro. But you helped Pete the other day. I'll see what I can do. Now Paul then went and told Pat. Pat hit you on the phone. Hey, bro. Hey, how you been, bro? I ain't heard from you in a minute, bro. Oh boy, you cool. Hey, bro, you think you can loan me 20? Now you got Pat calling you. Now Pat done ran all this shit. I just didn't win a loan 20 from bruh. Now guys get Phil calling you now.
All these P's.
Yeah. Oh, my bad, P.
Don't say Paris.
Oh, my next one.
I mean, what's going on, man?
I was thinking Peter to pay Paul, but shit, they just ran with it. But
yeah,
you get the gist of it, man. No matter how much, if you help a little bit, that's where they say people take an inch and run a mile with it. You can't help a motherfucker. And the biggest culprits, it don't be like you could tell a stranger, hey, bruh, I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? You can tell a coworker, bro. If I could, I would, my boy. I'd help you, but I ain't got it. Right? You can talk to that. And even if you help a person on the street, they're more likely to pay you back because family members feel entitled.
feel indebted.
Huh? Yeah, like you give a motherfucker $20, motherfucker be like, I got you back next week, boy. Nigga, next week, nigga.
And then if you ask for it, you tripping off $20?
That little punk ass 20.
Oh, punk ass 20. It wasn't no little punk ass 20 when you came to come get it.
Nigga, when you, hey, bro, fuck with me real quick, bro. I need that. Nigga, you know, family members, they will run the fuck out of you. It's hard to be the responsible. Sometimes you wish wasn't even the fucking responsible. And I want to go and be it in every family, you got one that want to be on drugs, you got one that want to be a pimp, you got one that don't want to do nothing but tell everybody what to do. You got one that want to be the hustler. You got one that's the fucking criminal. You got one that's the fucking lawyer. You in families, you got some of everybody, and everybody think they better than everybody. But there's always that one motherfucker who get called for everything.
Yeah.
And when that motherfucker get called, that motherfucker be looking at it like, I don't even want to pick up this phone. I ain't even picking up this phone. So before I go any further, Pete, tell me one of your family stories. Not necessarily your family, but tell me a family story.
I don't know if I necessarily got a family story, but I got some things to say.
Go for it.
I got some best practices, right? And some advice. Family, first and foremost, is like a love of your life because it's it's a fabric. It's intertwined like a fabric into your life. Some of your best memories of your life start and go with family. Some of the best memories that people ever have. Families create great memories together. Families also can create not so great memories. Even not so great memories are still something that's intertwined in that fabric, though. So there's a like a bondage, a hold when it comes to family, but there's
Mm,
also an undying devotion when it comes to family. People are taught from day one. If you see your brother, cousin, sister, mother fighting anybody, you y'all don't fight by yourself.
mm,
So that's a physical fight. But even in every other fight, especially depending on where you come from, you're always fighting together. I'm not talking about fighting each other, fighting together. You know,
mm,
if somebody, you could just finish fighting your sibling. Now go outside and let somebody try to fight.
mm,
So there's this unspoken rule, even though people speak these rules of the bond of family. That's why they say blood is thicker than water. There's this
mm,
you can't there's the DNA of that the fabric that's in that DNA. You can't deny it. And then those who are married into the family and become family, you just can't deny it. It is what it is. It's your family. You ride for them all day. And it's nothing wrong with having that side of you. Now, when you become the most responsible and the rock of the family, then yes, people will start to utilize that. But at the essence, people use people all the time. So when you are within the family, people use each other all the time, just like anybody else. Use in a good way, hopefully. But that's why people feel like they're owed something because they're family. And that's why people feel bad if they say no. But if you feel bad for saying no to a family member, that's the bad habit right there. You're wrong. So I once read this thing years and years ago. The fastest way to be stressed out is to say yes.
mm,
If a person really wants to be stressed out, say yes to a whole bunch of stuff.
mm,
Now, usually yes is considered to be a positive word. Like when you say it, yes, it sounds positive. But if a person wants to stress themselves out, say yes to too many people and too many things and
mm.
watch how fast that person becomes stressed out. So the
Yeah, so
opposite of that
cool.
is no. The
Mm,
art of reducing stress is mastering saying no. When you master the art of saying no, stress will go down. If someone says, "Can you do this?" and you know you really don't have time to do that, we was talking about time, say no.
mm,
Be courageous. You was talking about being courageous. Be courageous enough to say no. God might be saying, "You've been praying for being courageous. You've been praying for peace." I'm gonna put them together. Let's see how courageous you are when your family, who you complain about being stressed out about, asks you to do some things that's not detrimental to them. They go be all right because they got God anyway. You can pray for them too. That works. Um, and you say yes instead of saying no. God, like, see, you're not ready to be courageous. You weren't even courageous enough to say no. So one of the best things that you could ever do is learn to say no. It's okay. Also, even better than saying no. That's a step though in the right place. Start there. Because this gets you going to the next place I'm about to talk about. Um, in order to help others, to truly help others, and this is something people heard before, but I want to drive the point home. You got to help yourself first.
mm,
You are not conditioned to really help nobody else. Like they be talking about like the blind leading the blind and the dumb.
mm,
You're not, a person is not really conditioned to lead anyone unless they are proven to themselves that they're able to lead themselves first. If you really want to help somebody else, help yourself first. If you really want to lead, be a leader, lead yourself first. If God has put it on you to be the leader of your family, what you need to go do is go lead by yourself. Now, I thought about this. I always say by yourself. By yourself don't mean that your family ain't still there. They're just eyewitnesses. It's like if you're on a basketball court and everybody is sitting in the stands watching, there's hella people there, but they can see your greatness as you show it to them. The best way to help somebody else is them witnessing you grow and not go back. The ones who don't fall off will eventually grow.
Mm.
Ones who do fall off, no love lost.
Mm.
So I've had people, I ain't gonna say no names, say, I've changed because of you. It took them years to get there. I tell this to all my members that I train. As you start to change for the better, first people will talk about you, people will try to use you more and all that. But eventually, people are going to make changes in their life, your family, the people closest to you. So you don't have to force nothing on them. You just got to be a force to reckon with, and they'll eventually come along.